We can plug. Yeah.
Is the SD card still in his
No, they're bringing it in. Good evening and welcome to Bill Vining Arena on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University for tonight's Great American Conference matchup between the visiting Oklahoma Baptist Bison and the Ouachita Tigers. Chris Babb along with Jeff Root. And Jeff, you take a look at this game. Oklahoma a half game out of first place. If you take a look at the Great American Conference standings, Oklahoma Baptist 8-4 overall, 5-1 in GAC play, a half game behind Southeastern Oklahoma State. Ouachita 1-5 in the conference. Tall task for the Ouachita Tigers as the Tigers played the games in the long road trip over the weekend. Thursday in Weatherford at Southwestern Oklahoma, Saturday at Northwestern Oklahoma State, and a quick return to the court for Ouachita as they get to host Oklahoma Baptist. And let's take a look at the starting lineups for Oklahoma Baptist. The projected starters that we had based on their notes, the Jaquan Sims, a 6'3 senior guard. Also a guard, Nigel Wilcox, a 6'6 junior forward. Burke Putnam, the four-guard lineup and a forward. Burke Putnam, a 6'3 senior guard. Brantley Thompson, a 6'3 senior guard. And Trey Green, a 6'2 sophomore guard. Starting for the Ouachita Tigers tonight, they are under the head coach of Dennis Nutt in his 10th season at Ouachita. Ouachita will start this way. Also a four-guard lineup, one forward. Two seniors in the starting lineup. Lorenz Nero, a 6'2 senior guard. Madarius Hobson, a 6'3 senior guard. Tavondrick Henry gets a start as a freshman, a 6'5 guard. Alex Scariolo, the 6'3 redshirt freshman guard, gets a start. And the forward, Tyler Haynes, a 6'5 sophomore. Lorenz Nero from Hot Springs Lake Hamilton, and Madarius Hobson from Holcomb, Mississippi. Alex Scariolo from Marbella, Spain. Tyler Haynes from Memphis, Tennessee. And Tavondrick Henry from Texarkana, Arkansas, Pleasant Grove. Jeff, the Tigers have a tall task if they want to make it a sweep. You have the privilege of calling the women's win as Ouachita got the, I liked your question to Coach Dallimore. The inbounds play with 15 seconds left, up two, could not have worked any better for the women. The Tigers have a tall task if they want to make this a sweep for Ouachita. Oklahoma Baptist coming in, as we mentioned, with an 8-4 overall record, 5-1 in Great American Conference play.
Might help to play at home, Chris. Ouachita is a team that has a tradition of playing well at home, but it's an empty, for the most part, it is a light crowd here simply because the students are not on campus yet. The students will come back soon. We do have students here who are making this broadcast possible, but we want to say thank you again to them for coming back early so we could have this live stream tonight. But the student body will pre-register or register next week and start classes next Wednesday.
And quickly, as off the opening tip, an inbounds play set. Went so fast, the clock never got started. Quickly ahead, Oklahoma Baptist takes a 2-0 lead.
It's the fastest basket ever. There we go, 19:55 now.
So the Bison come out quickly off of the opening tip, a tip and a flash and an outlet pass for the dunk. All right, Ouachita goes back door. Tavondrick Henry slams it through. The freshman, Jeff, might have some fireworks in this game. Back-to-back dunks to open things up. Ouachita answers the Oklahoma Baptist play off the tip, a little backdoor cut and a nice dunk from Tavondrick Henry.
They watch the women's games. Both team maybe a little bit excited to follow that and play well themselves, so two dunks.
Nice kick out as the first three-pointer of the night is up and in from Brantley Thompson, 5'2", Oklahoma Baptist. Nice dribble baseline and kick to the backside, and Brantley Thompson was wide open for the three-pointer. Zone defense from Oklahoma Baptist. Ouachita will also put up a three. Lorenz Nero, the senior's three-pointer is up, no good, and Oklahoma Baptist quickly on the run. Nice steal. Scariolo ahead to Henry. Wanted to go up for his second dunk. Couldn't quite get his legs under him. Instead, he did a nice job of making the layup in transition, 5-4. And the freshman, Tavondrick Henry, has all four of Ouachita's points early.
Fast pace, really good defense, and quick scoring for the two teams.
Henry disrupts, and then almost a turnover. Now it is a turnover as Scariolo a little careless with that outlet pass. Three-pointer from Stoddard is good, and it's quickly 8-4.
Started a good three-point shot, only averaging 7 points a game coming in. He's a senior, though, and had an open shot.
1-3-1 zone defense from Oklahoma Baptist. Scariolo pulls up from the soft spot on the left side, and Scariolo has his first basket. It is 8-6. Oklahoma Baptist tries to go baseline, kick it back out. That turnover will go to Wilcox, and Marvin Williams-Dunn checks into the game for Ouachita. Man-to-man defense now from Oklahoma Baptist. Scariolo feeling for three, no good. To Tyler Haynes, knocks that one out of bounds. Ball will go over to Bison. 16:56 remaining in this first half. Kick out. Penetration and kick. Three-pointer no good. Haynes with the rebound for Ouachita. Steal on the other end from Putnam. Putnam goes up. The layup is good. Timeout, Ouachita. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Jeff, furious start. Oklahoma Baptist going to push the pace. Oklahoma Baptist comes into the game, as we mentioned, 8-4, a three-game winning streak. Going to push the pace, and Ouachita have to get together defensively.
Yeah, Coach Nutt with a wise timeout here to get his team back together. They got a dunk early, had a tie game early, but right now Oklahoma Baptist looking stronger on defense, creating some easy plays for scores, and so he wants to talk to his team. He's having a conversation right now. They may change a couple of the players out there. They do have a number of guys that are going to see action tonight. They might want a different lineup as Oklahoma Baptist has been able to take advantage of some quick defense, some turnovers early against Ouachita. Oklahoma Baptist comes in again at 8-4 overall, 5-1 in conference play. Ouachita 1-5 in conference play, 3-9 overall. But Ouachita has had an important win in conference play recently, and they look for another one to get their fortunes turned around tonight. Stats coming your way so far in the basketball game. Ouachita is led in scoring by 4 points from Tavondrick Henry, 2 points from Scariolo. But for Oklahoma Baptist, it is 3 players on the board so far, with Putnam 4 points, 3 points each for Bradley Thompson and Harrison Stoddard. And both of those young men have 3-point shots. 2 for 3 on three-pointers so far for Oklahoma Baptist. Ouachita 0 for 2 from three-point range.
Hobson, Williams-Dunn, Scariolo, Haynes, and Tavondrick Henry on the floor for Ouachita. Williams-Dunn guarded by Jordan Thompson. Jacob Street set to check in at the next dead ball. Probably be after the 16-minute media timeout. Hedge and recovery by Oklahoma Baptist. Henry to Haynes, 17-foot jumper, rolls around, no good. Rebound, Oklahoma Baptist.
Had an open shot, just couldn't nail it that time from the free throw line extended.
Deep three from Oklahoma Baptist, no good. That is Brantley Thompson. Hobson with the rebound, quickly to Henry. Tavondrick Henry, a lot more minutes recently. Scariolo for three, good for Scariolo. He has 5. Give the assist to Tavondrick Henry, and it is 10-9. Just into the game for Oklahoma Baptist, DJ Freeman, the freshman from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Jacob Street checks in for Ouachita. I guess that 16:29 timeout served as the media timeout, so we will just keep rolling. It's fine with me. Spin move, pull away, fade away jumper from the baseline at Putnam is good, and it is a 3-point lead for Oklahoma Baptist.
Well, pretty shot that time. Turned around, wasn't in a crowd, but he made a nice move anyway. Made it a little harder, but he nailed the shot.
Tyler Haynes gets around DJ Freeman and goes to the glass for the basket. And the lead is 1 for Oklahoma Baptist again. Pull up, Putnam from 3. That's good. Brooks Putnam with the Burke Putnam, my apologies. 15-11, 4-point lead.
Putnam comes in averaging almost 22 points per game, and he's off to a hot start.
Haynes again, backs down Freeman, pulls around, turns around. Jumper from the left wing is good for Haynes. He has 4 straight. And these two teams going back and forth. Deep three, no good. Wilcox tips that one back out to Sims. On a penetrate and kick. Double down. Ooh, a foul is going to be called on Tyler Haynes as he got his arm in there. 3 subs set to come in for Oklahoma Baptist. That's going to be Harrison Stoddard, Trey Green, and DeMichael Belfield. Kobe Dunlap comes in for Ouachita, replacing Madarius Hobson. DeMichael Belfield is 6'8", 280-pound sophomore from Palestine, Texas, transferred from Weatherford College. Haynes tries to clean that one up. Just into the game, back into the game. Green's three-pointer off, no good. Stoddard with the rebound to a cutting Green, layup good for Green.
Good job by Green not to give up on that. He missed the shot badly, but then followed it and got the open layup.
Back to his zone, no. Yeah, back to his zone defense from Oklahoma Baptist. They started in the 1-3-1 look, went to man, and now they go back to the zone. Haynes again, jumper, no good. Rebound to Jacob Street. Davion Bankston just into the game for Ouachita. Shot clock reset to 18. Marvin Williams Dunn will be whistled for the traveling violation.
Ouachita competing well, but some awfully good defense that time, and he just took a quick step trying to get around the defender.
Bankston, nice job of cutting off Stoddard. Block from Bankston into the hands of Tyler Haynes. Bankston from Little Rock in his second year with the Tigers. Got the block there. Haynes over Belfield, shot short the front of the rim. No good. Now Oklahoma Baptist will slow things down. Jaquan Sims, the point guard. Belfield dribbles through traffic. Coach Nutt wanted the violation called for uncontrolled dribble. Didn't get it. And the Bison lead is 6. Bellfield's going to be called for the foul as he went over Tyler Haynes.
Important early possession, I think, Chris, for Ouachita. Down by 6 now against a team that has played very well this year. You don't want to let that lead get too big, even in the first half.
Leon Kalinic comes into the game, replacing Haynes. Kalinic, the 6'9" sophomore forward from Croatia, his first action of the game. Dunlap pulls up from the baselines, stuffed by Stoddard. Putnam, acrobatic layup with the left hand, no good. And Ouachita again working against this zone defense. Kalinic, nice move to the middle of the lane. The soft jump hook goes down for the sophomore, his first basket. It's a 4-point game.
Really helpful, made a nice move, one-on-one. Soft hook, as you said, he put it in, and now steal.
Bankston with the steal, goes up for the dunk, and might have gotten away with a little travel on that one.
I think everybody in the gym said that's going to be a dunk and didn't really look at his feet.
Two-point game. Sims penetrate, kick out to Stoddard, the lefty, with another three, and it is good for Harrison Stoddard, and the lead is 5. Penetrate and kick out, and if you can get those three-pointers to go, it's an effective offense, and to this point, Oklahoma Baptist has got him. A high screen from Kalinic. Skip pass. Dunlap for 3. It's good.
Dunlap has got the shot from the outside, and that time he had an open shot, unlike the previous shot when he was driving. Planted his feet, eyed the basket, and hit the shot. Big shot for Ouachita, down by only 2 now.
Tigers with a chance to tie or take the lead. Williams Dunn kicks out. Bankston out to Street for 3. In and out, no good. Nice hustle by Dunlap to throw it off of Oklahoma Baptist. Media timeout. We'll take it because that was just for us. 9:53 left in the first half. Oklahoma Baptist 22, Ouachita 20. You're tuned in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, and we'll be back after this timeout.
Hello, I'm Taylor King. I've been practicing law for over 34 years, but long before that, I learned what it takes to be a good lawyer, caring for others. You could say it's a family trait, and it's one I've passed along to my kids. If you've been involved in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK. I want to help.
We want to help, to be on your side, by your side. I'm Austin King. Now, I've not been practicing law quite as long as my dad, but thanks to him, I know what it takes to be a good lawyer. I guess you could say it runs in the family.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Ouachita. How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
9 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in the first half. Ouachita trailing Oklahoma Baptist by 2. The Bison come in. Only one team from the Great American Conference is in the D2 side of Central Region rankings. Now, those aren't the rankings that will determine the NCAA tournament field, but Southeastern Oklahoma at 9-2 at the last rankings was in that top 10. Oklahoma Baptist was receiving some votes in that. Those are the two teams right now in the Great American Conference that are best positioned to finish or to make a debut in the regional poll when it comes out a little bit later in the season. Ouachita trying to get that second win. The Tigers got their first win in conference as Davian Bankston was trying to go to Leon Kalinich, and as soon as he made that pass, he kind of wanted to reach out and grab it, but it was already gone. The Tigers got their first win in conference play Thursday at Southwestern Oklahoma State. Madarius Hobson had a big three-pointer from the left wing to give Ouachita a lead in overtime. They held on for that in the last possession. Now a nice job by Wilcox, but his shot is no good, and a foul is going to be called on Oklahoma Baptist, and that's going to be on Nigel Wilcox. Wilcox, the 6'6", 177-pound junior from Alpharetta, Georgia, transfer from Webster University. And now Lorenz Nero will run the point, closely guarded by Jordan Thompson. Back to man for Oklahoma Baptist. Kind of disrupting Ouachita, not able to get anything going, and now only 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Street's going to have to get it up quickly. He does. A blocking foul is going to be called on Oklahoma Baptist, and with 2 seconds on the shot clock, the Tigers. Well,
illegal screen.
Illegal screen.
Yeah.
I took the blocking sign as the official Chris Dunn had called a block, but I guess he called it illegal. I didn't see him move his feet. I just saw him move his arms.
Yeah, there was a player set up for the charge, so it was easy to mistake that. But then he stepped in and said, no, this is a illegal screen.
Not the blocking foul. It was the block with the shuffle. Little dance move there. Nevertheless, it was an illegal screen called on Ouachita. I thought that would have gone on to the benefit of Ouachita if that had been a blocking foul. Lorenz Nero flashes. Oklahoma Baptist gets the three-pointer from the left wing from Thompson, no good. They do get the long rebound. And they got a new 20 seconds. Now that's down to 10. Brantley Thompson, kick out. Three-pointer from Green, no good. Hobson with the rebound. Hobson gets by one man. Layup good in transition from Madarius Hobson. He got past Jordan Thompson at the three-point line and maneuvered his way to the goal to tie this game at 22.
Hobson has great speed, got down the court quickly, got to the basket quickly, even in traffic.
Freeman for three, no good. Hobson with the long rebound goes off of his hands to the hand of the Bison. A jump ball is going to be called. Alternating possession will go to the Tigers. Media timeout, 7 minutes, 36 seconds, and we'll take it 22-22. You're tuned in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, and we'll be back after this timeout.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
22-22, 7:36 remaining in the first half. Chris Babb and Jeff Root sitting in for Michael Westbrook, the normal voice of Tiger basketball, and Michael will be back with us next week or two.
Soon.
But we're glad to be with you tonight. It takes 3 people to do the job what Michael usually does by himself. Jeff Root and Matthew Branch had the women's game. Jeff joins me here on the men's game. Nice look as Nero looked away the defense as they thought he was going to Kalinich. Back to man-to-man defense out of the timeout for Oklahoma Baptist. Street gets a step on his defender, Brantley Thompson, and goes all the way to the basket to give Ouachita its first lead of the game.
Really nice move by Street. Proved he can move to his left and hit the basket.
Another nice backdoor cut, and the layup goes down for Burt Putnam. He thought Alex Scariolo committed the foul. No whistle was blown. Street can't control the pass. Layup, count it now. That time Scariolo will be whistled for the foul. And to the line will go Jaquan Sims, the 6'3", 190-pound senior from Covington, Georgia. Transfer from Limestone College. He has a chance to give Oklahoma Baptist the lead again. The free throw is no good. Oklahoma Baptist a half game out of first place. This is a makeup game. No other games around the conference tonight, so could have several watching, keeping an eye on this. We're glad you're tuned in. Leon Kalinic. Kalinic gets the baseline jumper from 15, and it's 26-24. Ouachita with a 2-point lead again. Thompson from the broken elbow. 26-26, my apologies. It's tied, I got excited. Now Ouachita has the lead. Hobson races down the floor, takes the feed from Scariolo, and now the Ouachita lead is 2.
You predicted that well.
Yeah.
2-point lead.
Three-pointer off to the left, the front of the rim. And it's going to go out of bounds and off of the hands of Kalinic. Couldn't quite control that one. And the ball will go back over to the Bison.
It's coming right to me. I thought I was going to have a chance to get in the game.
Would have been nice. Tyler Haynes checks back into the game for Ouachita. The officials are going to talk and see if there was enough possession for the shot clock to be reset. And they said the 12 seconds on the shot clock. They did not reset it to 20. Harrison Stoddard back into the game for Oklahoma Baptist. Stoddard missed 10 games due to injury. Came back in the starting lineup a couple of games ago. Over 1,200 points in his 5-year Bison career.
Sims has now missed 3 3-point shots.
Scariolo with the look. Too much traffic there, and Putnam comes away with it for the Bison. Pull up from Brantley Moore, no good. Rebound, Lorenz Nairo. Nairo doesn't have numbers. He tries to cross-court pass. Thompson with the steal and goes coast to coast for the layup to give Oklahoma Baptist a 2-point lead.
Scoreboard still tied at 28, Chris.
Haynes back into the game, blocked by Stoddard. Ball goes out of bounds. It will go to Oklahoma Baptist. Stoddard came into this game with 144 career blocks, averaging over a block per game. Number 4 in the Oklahoma Baptist record books for career blocks, and you can kind of see why. Not only does Harrison Stoddard stand 6'7", but he has a good nose for the ball, long arms to reach, and he blocked that one, and it goes out of bounds to Oklahoma Baptist. Putnam for 3, gets it to roll around and drop through.
Well, no wonder he is
long two,
leading scorer in the conference at
clip
21 per game.
Clip that one in the trailer and see if they come back looking for a 2 or a 3. Make a note of that around the 3:50 mark. Now it's a 2-point lead for Oklahoma Baptist. Hobson's Shot off the front of the rim. And the Bison are in transition. Hesitation move. Shot no good from Jaquan Sims. Street with the rebound, and Sims is called for the foul. 3 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the first half. Oklahoma Baptist 30, Ouachita 28. Media timeout, and we'll take it. You're watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, and we'll be back to Bill Vining Arena after this timeout.
We're there to serve, make sure we're fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
(30-28) as we return to action. Ouachita 13 of 22 from the field, 59.1%. 2 of 6 from three-point range, 33.3%. Oklahoma Baptist 13 of 30 for 43.3% from the field. Neither team has made any free throws. Oklahoma Baptist only been to the free throw one time. Ouachita has not been to the free throw to this point. Burt Putnam leads all scorers with 13 points. Stoddard with 6. For Ouachita, Alex Scariolo leads the way. Hobson, Henry, Haynes, and Kalinich each have 4. Coming up on 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Tavondrick Henry, Jacob Street, Madarius Hobson, Tyler Haynes, and Marvin Williams-Dunn on the floor for Ouachita. Hobson's pull-up jumper from 17 is no good. And the Bison have a chance to extend their lead. D, three-pointer, no good. Flying rebound from Hobson. Dishes off to Henry. Henry gets in the air. Can't do anything with it. Looked for Street, and it's knocked out of bounds by Oklahoma Baptist.
Stoddard is still getting around well, Chris, but he is limping when we're not in action. And moments ago, he just limped to set up, but he's staying in the game.
Second road game in a row for, no, that was a home game. Sorry, Oklahoma Baptist defeated Harding 83-62 Saturday in Shawnee. Oklahoma Baptist has won 3 straight. Tavondrick Henry, fadeaway jumper, no good. Hobson gets the rebound. He wanted to go to the basket, but the defender was there, forcing him to fall away. And it forced the shot to be short, and the rebound over to Oklahoma Baptist. Three-pointer alone in the corner from Jordan Thompson. It's good, and it is a 5-point lead for Oklahoma Baptist.
Very important last 1:45 left here before halftime. The last time Oklahoma Baptist stretched out the lead a little bit, Ouachita came right back.
Street's going to pull up from deep. Off the back of the rim, no good. Haynes tries to save it in bounds. He does, but to the hands of Stoddard. Putnam to Stoddard. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Haynes. Only a couple of possessions left for each of these two teams as we are approaching halftime here from Bill Vining Arena. And this GAC, this makeup game, a Tuesday night special. Very many Tuesday night basketball games at the college level. Usually you're having high school games tonight, but these teams playing a makeup game from a game that was supposed to be played last week. Excuse me, the December 30th and January 1st is when Oklahoma Baptist and Southern Nazarene were supposed to be in Arkadelphia to play Henderson and zone out of this. That ball was tipped, and they're going to call a foul on DeMichael Belfield.
Yeah,
and
got his
Darius
hand.
Hobson will go to the free throw line for 3 shots. Again, Oklahoma Baptist and Southern Nazarene were supposed to be here the weekend of the 28th and 30th. Oklahoma Baptist did play Henderson. Southern Nazarene played neither of the schools. So this makeup game was scheduled for tonight. And Southern Nazarene will be here next Tuesday night, as the women and men both have makeup games against Southern Nazarene next Tuesday night.
He's got 3 shots. He did hit him on the hand as he was shooting.
2 for 2 so far from Hobson. Ouachita will have a possession again, and 55 seconds left. See if Oklahoma Baptist tries to do the 2 for 1. Hobson trying to make it 3 for 3 from the free throw line, and he does. Good 3 free throws and a little full court pressure, initial full court pressure at least, from Ouachita, as the lead for Oklahoma Baptist is down to 2. Brantley Thompson with a fadeaway jumper from the baseline. It's good, and Oklahoma Baptist will get another shot before the halftime break. Oklahoma Baptist really pushes that man-to-man defense way out. Nice job by DJ Freeman of flashing, forcing Hobson with the errant layup. Marvin Williams-Dunn, 3-pointer is rebounded by Hobson, but he throws it away. And Tavondrick Henry has whistled for the foul, and Coach Nutt believes that he had a better angle than the official. I think what he's saying is the official was behind Henry and assumed that there was going to be a foul.
Yeah, I don't think he got him on the hand.
No,
May have
he
gotten
said
the
it was
body a
with the
little
body.
bit. Nigel Wilcox at the free throw line. He thought he had a dunk. He missed the dunk, but apparently because of the collision.
Yeah, Wilcox thought he was going to dunk that one in. Tavondrick Henry went up and had a block at the ball, but the official ruled that Henry got him with the body. So 3.4 seconds left. The free throw is good. Checking into Oklahoma Baptist, Jack Pruitt, the 6'6", 195-pound junior, in full court pressure from Oklahoma Baptist. They don't want to allow Ouachita anything cheap and easy right before halftime. Henry, too strong. They were gonna let that one go. They did not wave it off, so I guess they ruled that he had gotten that one off. And so that is your halftime score. Oklahoma Baptist 37, Ouachita 31, a 6-point lead for the Bison as we hit the break. Pretty fast-paced first half, Jeff. The Tigers had been down by 5 a couple of times, been able to cut back into that, but now Oklahoma Baptist finds itself with one of its largest leads of the first half at the halftime break.
Really nice job, Oklahoma Baptist. They did, as you said, stretch out the lead twice. Ouachita came back both times, had the lead both of those times that they came back. But then at the end of the first half, they did dominate that last minute to take a 6-point lead here at halftime. Now the women were behind at halftime and got the win. Ouachita's men will need to do the same thing, but they'll have to have a quick start. You don't want to fall behind double digits against a team this good. Ouachita's played well so far. Got to play a little bit better to get the win.
37-31, Oklahoma Baptist with the halftime lead. We'll take a break here, come back with some halftime statistics, kind of set you up for the next week in Ouachita athletics as the students return to campus. You're watching Ouachita Tiger basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, and we'll be back after this timeout.
Ouachita Baptist University is located in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. It's just about an hour north of Texarkana off I-30. We're just minutes from trails, lakes, bluffs, rivers, so much to do in God's creation. Another great thing about our location is our proximity to so many cool cities. We're an easy weekend trip from Memphis, Northwest Arkansas, and Dallas, and only 30 minutes from Hot Springs and just an hour from Little Rock. While we have a rich social life here on campus, students will also take advantage of the many locations within a short driving distance for a weekend trip, whether it's to go home or to take a social weekend with friends.
It's been really nice to be able to get away for the weekend, whether that's to Little Rock or bigger cities like Dallas or Memphis or Nashville. This time last year, I went to a concert that was in Nashville, and it wasn't that bad of a drive going all the way from there to Arkadelphia.
What's really great about coming from Dallas, having friends that live in Arkansas, is that I get to show them around Dallas, which is a lot of fun because I get to show them my favorite coffee shops. They try new drinks, they go to places that they've never been before. The best part about going to Dallas for just a weekend trip is that you don't feel like you wasted a lot of time on the drive over there. The drive to my house is 3.5 hours. We don't have to go 10 hours to go somewhere fun. Another great city in Arkansas is Little Rock, and it's just an hour north, so it's not too far of a drive. And the best part about it is that I feel like every time I am in Little Rock, and anytime I spend time there, it definitely reminds me of home a little bit more.
One thing that's been really important to me is not just finding things to do, but it's been more about who I do these things with. There's just lots of little things that you don't necessarily realize that are going to have such a big impact on you.
Whether you're from Texas, Colorado, California, across the nation, or around the globe, there's going to be plenty to keep you busy here at Ouachita Baptist University.
(37-31) at halftime. The Oklahoma Baptist Bisons lead. Oops, that's the other. Harding Bisons.
Yep, that's right.
The Oklahoma Baptist Bison lead Ouachita by 6. And Jeff, I believe you got some first half statistics to take us through.
Yeah, I tell you what, Chris, I think one thing that stands out is Ouachita has more turnovers than assists right now. 9 turnovers for Ouachita, 7 assists, while Oklahoma Baptist has 7 assists and 5 turnovers. So almost twice as many turnovers for Ouachita. That's been a problem in the first half for the Tigers. Both teams are shooting all just about the same. Ouachita at 46% for the first half, 44% for Oklahoma Baptist. Oklahoma Baptist actually trails Ouachita in rebounding. That might seem like a surprise, but Ouachita has 19 total rebounds and 5 offensive rebounds. Oklahoma Baptist has 16 total rebounds, but they have 6 offensive rebounds. In fact, the difference can be explained by how many shots the two teams have taken. Because of the turnovers, Oklahoma Baptist has 34 shots taken. They've made 15. Ouachita's taken only 28 shots, and the Tigers have made 13 shots. Ouachita is led by Medarius Hobson with 7 points. Alex Scariolo has 5 points with 4 points each. Tyler Haynes and also Leon Kalinich. For Oklahoma Baptist, it's no surprise that the leading scorer is Burke Putnam. He is the leading scorer in the conference. He has 13 points here at halftime. He is coming in averaging 21.6 points per game to lead the conference. Harrison Stoddard, thanks to 2 3-point shots, has a total of 6 points at halftime. And Ouachita's leading scorer is the 6th leading scorer in the conference in Medarius Hobson. And Hobson, with those 7 points, leads the Tigers. So a big half for Putnam. Ouachita will have to find a way to slow down that young man in the second half, as he is a scoring machine for Oklahoma Baptist.
37-31. Ouachita trails by 6. Still on Christmas break here at Ouachita. As wrapping up the long Christmas winter break, the students will return to campus beginning to start trickling in this weekend as Martin Luther King Day off Monday. Registration and move in on Tuesday to get ready for classes, and the first day of classes on Wednesday. But before then, Ouachita basketball will be back in action this Saturday from Bill Vining Arena at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock against Arkansas Tech in Great American Conference play. The Ouachita swim team is scheduled to swim against Montevallo this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. The Waggoner Pool just adjacent, just near us here in the Sturgis Physical Education Center. And the next Tuesday, we mentioned basketball makeup games as Ouachita will host Southern Nazarene. And then we got a full weekend of basketball next weekend as Ouachita will have home games on the 20th and the 22nd as well. So plenty of opportunities to come to Bill Vining Arena. And really, you know, obviously this is still, for the third school year in a row, an odd school year because of all the cancellations, the COVID protocols. Just coaches and players alike are just glad to be able to play games. Anytime you're able to actually get on the court for them and us be able to broadcast the game, you're thankful. I think of our friend Sam Strachner up at Arkansas Tech, and talking to him, he said, you know, I don't know when we're going to play. I'm just glad when we do. It is still a very tenuous situation. You just don't know what it's going to be, and it could be a very different spring semester again, or the last 3 or 4 weeks of this basketball season as these teams prepare to try to position themselves for the conference tournament.
I think it's definitely going to be different. We're talking about a very contagious variant, but one that we believe everybody is predicting will come and go quickly, will peak fast and then fall off quickly. And so hopefully by the end of the basketball season, by tournament time, we'll be into a normal situation, except for the fact that there might be some missed games that will have to be made up at unusual times, like on a Tuesday night, like we're doing just tonight. I also want to say, Chris, you are such a strong leader of the Ouachita Sports Digital Network that you've got students coming back early just so we can get this game on tonight. I want to show my appreciation for you and for the students who are out in the trailer right now and those behind the camera right now. At the same time, I want to compliment all of those who are dedicated enough to play a varsity sport that does not allow them the full Christmas break, that being not only basketball but a host of swimmers in the trailer right now.
That's right. They're not swimming in the trailer. They're actually working
Thankfully.
the games.
We've had a lot of rain lately,
Yes.
but not in the trailer.
Now, we would like to say thanks to those students who are helping us tonight. Our student director is Matthew Branch. He was on color in the first game directing this men's game. I'd like to say thanks to Hannah Hickman, Rachel Sensano, Miles Schultz, and Alex Schultz, 4 of our Ouachita Sports Digital Network students who are members of the Ouachita swim team. And they were nice enough, since they were on campus and practicing, that they were thankful to them for coming out and working the games tonight. We have a couple of high school students also pitching in tonight. Elias Erickson on the camera in this game. Millie Babb was on the main camera the first game. And then the youngest student of them all, Dr. Deborah Root, has not only worked a camera tonight, but she also went and got supper between games, and that might be the most important job. As you get here at 4:30, leave at 9:30, you gotta have something to eat. So not only is she probably the most important because she's my boss, but she's probably the most important because she brought food.
She's versatile.
She's versatile.
She is.
But we would like to say thanks to those students who are helping tonight. We'll have another crew this Saturday, and then send out messages, and our students will be back in action as they move back to campus for the spring semester at Ouachita Baptist University. Henderson State University started this week, as did some of the other universities around, but the students are coming back. Not a huge crowd tonight. The students will be coming back, and the atmosphere at basketball games is fun when the students are around. 37-31, Ouachita trails by 6. A few minutes left in halftime. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll get closer to the second half as the Tigers and the Bison are on the floor with their second half warm-ups, and we'll be back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Everything in life is about communication and language, and that's what we do in the School of Humanities at Ouachita. In the Department of Language and Literature, we've got outstanding students who are English majors and Spanish majors. In the Department of Communications, our communications and media majors have a number of emphases that they choose from. Strategic communications, multimedia journalism, sports media, communication studies, and a special approach in which we just talk to a student, figure out what courses they need, and help them put it together on the spot. One of the things that we've done with our new emphases is really give students a major opportunity to work outside of class, because you get better at communications by doing the work. So we've got students who are working in a television studio to put programming together. We've got students who in sports media are out doing live streaming and broadcasting of games, and doing a lot of sports work for the other publications like the printed newspaper and the yearbook, which win major awards every year. And then our online version of the newspaper is really the newspaper of the future.
My experience in the School of Humanities has been super special. I feel like the professors are really hands-on, and they would always help me maximize my time here.
They gave me lots of different opportunities. I got to host the sports show, did lots of writing, lots of sports journalism, a lot of color commentating for different sports. And that not only taught me how to actually do the job that I do now, but I also got to turn around and put it on my resume, which looked great.
Most Spanish majors at Ouachita major in more than one area, and we've designed the curriculum purposefully to allow that to happen, because whether you're in business and Christian studies, whatever your major might be, if you've got Spanish as a background, it's going to help you in many, many ways. One of the great things about English as a major is it helps you become a critical thinker. If you want to teach, that's great. We'll help you become a secondary English teacher. We'll help you become a college professor. But if your interest is really in publications, if your interest is in editing, we'll certainly work with you in that area also. Our English majors are very much career-oriented, and they work together with a very fine faculty to produce one of the very few bilingual literary publications.
Working on my degree plan with my professors, I was able to soon realize that, wow, I'm able to do more than I thought I was able to. I was able to add another major, and I didn't even know coming into college that I was able to do that. And I was able to study abroad in Spain to really become more fluent in Spanish, which was one of my majors. And so I don't think I would have had the same opportunities elsewhere.
The number of jobs in communications is actually increasing greatly. A lot of that is in the world of public relations, a lot of that is in the world of advertising, and a lot of that is based on particular skills that you develop while you're in college. All of those that we put together are based on increasing a skill level for our students, so they'll have a wide range of jobs they can apply for.
I think Ouachita is distinct from a lot of other schools. Ouachita gives you so many opportunities for not only your education and your academic growth, but your spiritual and your personal growth.
You're getting a very well-rounded degree.
Welcome back to Bill Vining Arena. That word from Ouachita Baptist University, the School of Communications, Rogers Department of Communications, School of Humanities. Back to action here in the second half. Oklahoma Baptist with the ball and a 6-point lead to start things off. Wilcox, Stoddard, Putnam, Thompson, and Thompson on the floor for Oklahoma Baptist. For Ouachita, Madarius Hobson, Tavondrick Henry, Tyler Haynes, Lorenz Nero, and Alex Scariolo. The foul is called on Hobson, and then Ouachita just gets caught back door as Burt Putnam gets the dunk to start the first half, just like Oklahoma Baptist had a dunk to start the second half, like they had the dunk to start the first half. And Oklahoma Baptist comes out in zone defense to start things off here in the second half.
Danger zone now, down by 8. Putnam with the ball. He's got 15 already tonight.
Putnam give and go. Nice job by Madarius Hobson of getting a hand on that one. It does go out of bounds, last touched by Ouachita, so it will remain Oklahoma Baptist basketball. Stoddard for 3, short, no good, rebound Hobson. Hobson went to the basket. Coach Nutt wanted a foul. Couldn't get it. And again, Oklahoma Baptist has a chance to make this double digits. Stoddard again, short from three-point range. And the Bison control it. Nice job by Scariolo of stealing that one. Hobson up and under, no good, and a late foul is going to be called on Oklahoma Baptist. That's going to be on Stoddard. First personal foul on Stoddard. And Madarius Hobson going to the free throw line. Hobson with 7 points. 3 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. He has all 3 of Ouachita's attempts. Now all 4. I did a game earlier before the break. Chris McQuistion, Harding game. They had a guard who had every free throw attempt for Harding until about 5 minutes left in the game. We were hoping that we'd go through a game seeing only one person get every free throw attempt for a team. Right now, that's Madarius Hobson. He did miss the second free throw. Brantley Thompson to Jordan Thompson, back to Brantley. Wilcox took it at the high post and almost comes back out to the three-point line. Back door to Wilcox. Knocked away by Tavondrick Henry. He's going to be whistled for a foul. That's going to be the second personal foul on Henry. Jeff, is fast pace as the first half was, not a high scoring, but also not a lot of fouls. Only 4 team fouls called on both teams. And now Ouachita has been whistled for half of that. 2 fouls here in the first 2:21 of the second half.
Yeah, they went inside that time and they got the foul instead of the layup. Ouachita put him to the free throw line. He made the first one.
Wilcox 2 for 2 from the free throw line. A good looking free throw there for Nigel Wilcox, the 6'6", 177-pound junior from Alpharetta, Georgia. This roster from Oklahoma Baptist, Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, Colorado, Senegal. All over the place, kind of like Ouachita, a very international roster for Ouachita. I haven't seen that a ton for the Tigers do this year. Alex Scariolo there with the ball from Spain. Kalinic from Croatia. Adel Mallet, who has been injured and hadn't seen him tonight, from Algiers. Marvin Williams-Dunn from New Zealand. Henry out to Scariolo on cue. Three-pointer good. Scariolo has 8 points, and he cuts the Oklahoma Baptist lead to 6.
Such a key basket, Chris. Ouachita needed something to go right, get right back into this before it went to double digits, now down to only a 6-point game.
Thompson's shot is blocked by Tavondrick Henry. Scariolo out to Tyler Haynes, and a nice job by Brantley Thompson of getting a hand on that one from Tyler Haynes. Haynes put it on the ground. Thompson knocked it off and went diving on the ground. And it will be Ouachita's ball. Into the game for Oklahoma Baptist. Jaquan Sims replaces Jordan Thompson in the lineup. Also into the game for the first time tonight, I believe, Justin Tenney, a 6'9", 235-pound junior from Dakar, Senegal. Freeman with the rebound of the missed shot. Brantley Thompson for 3. Wasn't really on, he was off balance, wasn't balanced on that shot. Didn't have much of a chance off the release, and Ouachita now has a chance to cut into this game. The foul is going to be on big 6'9", 235-pound center. Justin Tenney, that's his first foul, personal foul. Transfer from Central Georgia Tech College. I said Tenney. Then I looked at it and I was like, there is a 99.5% chance that I said his name wrong.
He was not in the game long and already checked out after the foul.
Yeah, Freeman with the steal and the dunk. DJ Freeman, the freshman from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Freeman has a good contingent of fans here. There has some family in South Arkansas, Camden, including Arkadelphia as well. So they were excited to see that slam dunk after the steal from DJ Freeman. 6 on the shot clock. Hobson pulls up from 17. Good looking shot from Madarius Hobson. He's in double digits now. Cuts the OBU lead back to 6. Ouachita now gives a zone look, a 2-3 zone look. Scariolo and Nero at the top of that zone. Tyler Haynes knocks that one away. Scariolo in transition, up and under, no good, but a foul is going to be called on Oklahoma Baptist. Wilcox called for the foul after the timeout. Alex Scariolo will go to the free throw line to try to make this a 4-point game. Oklahoma Baptist 43, Ouachita 37. We'll be back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together, I feel like. I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
Chris Babb, Jeff Root filling in for Michael Westbrook, who will be back with us soon. As the voice of Tiger basketball, 43-37. Oklahoma Baptist lead is 6. Burt Putnam leads the way offensively for Oklahoma Baptist with 15 points. Brantley Thompson next with 7. For Ouachita, Madarius Hobson with 10 points. Scariolo with 8, and he has a chance to get in double figures out of the timeout as he will go to the free throw line for Ouachita. Spoke it into existence, Jeff. Last time Ouachita was at the line, I said maybe Hobson would be the only one, but indeed, Scariolo's going to the free throw line. Scariolo, the 6'3" redshirt freshman guard from Marbella, Spain, played at Manhattan College. He will try to cut into this lead, but he'll have to wait till the second free throw to do so. He hits the second one, it's 5 points.
Ouachita really staying in. Only now a 5-point deficit, in part because of their defense, as Oklahoma Baptist shooting only 33% here in the second half.
Ouachita went to the zone right before the timeout. They come back in the zone as well. Kalinic into the game, replacing Tyler Haynes. Three-pointer, no good. There's going to be a foul on Nigel Wilcox. He just picked up his second on the previous possession. Now he just picked up his third personal foul. Fourth team foul on the Bison here in the second half. And Ouachita with the ball once again. Jacob Street also into the game. Nero needs some help. It's knocked away. Benefit of Ouachita. Three-pointer from Street from the corner, too strong. Hobson, strong rebound, and the putback is good from Madarius Hobson. He has 12 to lead Ouachita, and the lead is down to 3. They didn't reset the shot clock. It was at 20 is good. I like this. You know, we've had crews that, since we have replay, or since schools have to have some mode of replay,
right?
We have had crews that would have stopped to come over here for us to pull up a YouTube feed or something like that, and instead of going to 20, they would have taken a few minutes and put it at 22 instead. I said, he says, I like 20. Let's go there.
I'm with you.
No need to waste 10 minutes for 2 seconds. Stoddard, the lefty from 3, no good. Kalinic was closing out, and Nero tries to go all the way in, dish off to Kalinic, and he just lost the ball.
Stoddard has gone cold from 3. The entire team for Oklahoma Baptist, they're 0 for 5 this half.
You just broke it.
Oh, man, I shouldn't have done it, should I?
Yeah.
Made one.
We're going to have to stop saying things that have not happened.
I could see him setting up as I was finishing that sentence.
It's like the toothpaste came out of the tube. You said, I'm going to
too
take
late.
that one out. Full timeout, we'll take it with us. 46-40, Oklahoma Baptist with a 6-point lead. 13:34 remaining in the second half, and we'll be back after this timeout. You're watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At the time, I just wasn't thinking. I used social media to vent. I wish I would have thought about the effects of scaring people. I didn't mean for that to happen. People took it as a terrorist threat. The university got shut down. I got arrested by the FBI. And now, I don't know what my future looks like. I search my name on the web almost every day and look at the stuff. It's not going away. Think before you post.
I've heard people say, Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Ouachita. Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
This is the moment, Jeff. Tonight is the night.
Tell you what, Chris, if you're Oklahoma Baptist, you can't be too comfortable. They are a 5-1 team playing a 1-5 team, but the 1-5 team in Ouachita is hanging around just 6 points down.
Yeah, two-possession game. It's kind of hovered around that, the most Oklahoma Baptist had gotten it to was 8. Ouachita can't get it to that one-possession lead and keep it there. It was at 3 points before Oklahoma Baptist hit the 3 to extend it back to 6 that you spoke into existence. I think Stoddard would have missed again. Hobson inside from Kalinick, fade away, good from Adarius Hobson. He has 14 points now to lead the way for Ouachita, and it's back to 4. Another 2-3 zone look coming for Ouachita. Brantley Thompson. That was from Caddo Valley, Jeff.
Wow, he really looked good on that shot. Nice form, right on target.
That was from Caddo Valley. That was deep. Back to 7. Ouachita needs to score, but you can't trade 2s for 3s. Nice look from Hobson to Kalinick. Thought they were going to Scariolo on the right wing. Stoddard took a false step out, left that wide open lane to the backside, and Kalinick finished. Nine seconds left on the shot clock. Stoddard from 3, good.
He just keeps shooting, and if he's in a slump, he'll shoot his way out of it. 2 in a row now.
Lead quickly is 8. Kalinick gets his second basket in a row, and it's back to 6. Ouachita, again, though, trading 3s for 2s. 2-3 zone for the Tigers. See if Oklahoma Baptist shoots him out of the zone. Stoddard's going to try again. Is it 3 in a row? It is.
In the zone, he shot over it. Got to get a little closer to him, put the hand in the face, because, man, if he gets a good look, he's got a high percentage 3.
Stoddard's going to be called for the foul. Media timeout. It'll be Ouachita's ball, trailing by 9 as the last 3 or 4 possessions have been traded 3s for 2s. Unfortunately for the Tigers, it's been the Bison that's gotten hot from outside the arc. 55-46, Oklahoma Baptist by 9. We'll be back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
We're back to action at Bill Vining Arena. Chris Babb is solving a technical problem of some sort, as he often does. You got it fixed? Everything good?
I believe so. Technology's great.
What's that
when it
extra
works.
wire coming out of the side of your headset there? Okay,
It's
there
a
we go.
phone charger.
That's good.
11 minutes, 17 seconds left in the second half. Nero double team. A run and jump zone defense from Oklahoma Baptist. Street tried to go backside wing. It was cut off. Tried to go to Kalinich, and it was stolen by Oklahoma Baptist. Stoddard heat check, and he does cool off, and that ball was on the ground for a long time. Stoddard was cold. Hit 3 in a row. Thought he would check it out. Kalinich for 3. Good. Kalinich hits the 3, and it's back to a 2-possession game. That was a big offensive and defensive possession for Ouachita as you got the miss of the 3 and then converted with a 3-pointer of your own.
Kalinich in double figures now with 11.
They find a hole in the soft spot of that zone. In the zone at that soft spot. That's Burke Putnam. He gets the basket to go, the assist to Jordan Thompson. The lead is back to 8. Street inside to Kalinich. He's feeling it. Turn around, hook shot, good. Leon Kalinich. Ouachita goes back to a man defense. As it's a 6-point game, Coach Nutt switches defensive strategies. Wilcox on the block. Up and under, reverse layup is good. He had the size advantage on Lorenz Nero. Got that one to go. Ouachita just can't get 2 defensive stops in a row. Kalinich double team, skip out to Scariolo. Long 2-pointer is short. Hobson up high, keeps that one alive, but ultimately to Oklahoma Baptist. Putnam pulls it back out. They did not have numbers. And the Bison will pull things back out. Ouachita back to that man for the 2nd possession in a row. Putnam with the pull-up fadeaway jumper.
He is smooth, isn't he? That's 19 points tonight for Putnam.
And the lead is 10, double digits for the first time in a long time. First time maybe tonight. Hobson layup no good, rebound Putnam. A lot of subs coming in at the next dead ball for both teams.
Tigers really need to stop now, down by 10.
Hobson gets that one. Ooh, a long 3-pointer from Jordan Thompson. Scariolo with the rebound. Street from the corner, 3-pointer no good. A rebound Putnam.
Oh, he got open. Beautiful job, but shot wouldn't go down.
Jeff, like to say hello to former Tiger Mitchell Bolding, who's watching from Benton. Mitchell could knock a few 3-pointers down in his day.
We need him to come shoot a 3.
Nah, he's a little bit too old now. He's recovering from ACL surgery. Lorenz Nero with a nice take. A steal from Scariolo. Nero goes and gets the layup in transition. 61-53, timeout Oklahoma Baptist. It's an 8-point lead for Oklahoma Baptist. And Ouachita will need a stop out of the timeout. 7 minutes, 44 seconds left in this one. Timeout will take it with them. Oklahoma Baptist leads by 8, and we will be back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Woo! Come on! Go, Diane! Yeah, keep it going! Yeah! Go, honey!
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
7 minutes, 44 seconds to go in this one as Oklahoma Baptist leads by 8. The biggest lead was 10 points. They just had at the 9:05 mark. Ouachita shooting 48.9% from the field. Oklahoma Baptist 47.1. Three-point percentage, not great for either team. Ouachita 28.6, 4 of 14 for 28.6%. Oklahoma Baptist 9 of 27. Ouachita has committed 11 turnovers.
In the first 5 minutes of the second half, Chris, Oklahoma Baptist was shooting 33% from the field. Now the second half number, 53% from the field. They've really heated up.
And a lot of that, unfortunately for Ouachita, has been from outside. Stoddard with 3, and Brantley Thompson hit 1 after you mentioned they had been cold. Freeman's going to try to see if he can be a hot streak, and he doesn't. New subs into the game for both teams. For Ouachita, Tyler Haynes, Marvin Williams-Dunn, and Davion Bankston come into the game. Hobson and Kalinich stay in. Hobson pull up from 15 at the broken elbow. Good, and it's back to a 2-possession game.
That's an impressive shot, isn't it? Just stopped on a dime.
Yep. New into the game for Oklahoma Baptist. Belfield there with the ball. Freeman into the game. Trey Green, my apologies, into the game. Now he stepped on the baseline. I think Jordan Thompson thought he was going to get a foul on Marvin Williams-Dunn. Instead, they said he stepped on the baseline.
Also in number 10, Brantley Thompson. Sitting down number 2.
Stoddard back into the game. Didn't get much of a breather, did he? Brantley Thompson also back into the game. 6-point game. Two possession. Ouachita has seen the deficit as many as 10. Tyler Haynes, a three-pointer, no good. A rebound to Oklahoma Baptist. Stoddard for 3, misses, rebound to Hobson. Hobson goes up and under, and now I thought there was going to be a foul. It just, the whistle came a little bit late there, and the foul is going to be called on Jaquan Sims. Second foul on Sims, 6th foul on Oklahoma Baptist, so Ouachita will go to the free throw line the rest of the evening. Hobson to the line for the Tigers. He was 4 of 5 from the line before that trip, now 5 of 6, and he has 15 points to lead the way for Ouachita. Kalinich has 13 points. Burke Putnam leading the way for Oklahoma Baptist with 19, Stoddard with 15. Stoddard 5 of 10 from the field. All of those are three-point attempts. Hobson knocks down his second one, and Ouachita has scored 6 straight after being down 61-51. Trying to get a stop here. Oklahoma Baptist trying to stop the bleeding. Freeman has the ball knocked away. Out of bounds, last touch by Davion Bankston. Stoddard with the lob to Freeman. Haynes does a nice job of contesting. Hobson into Haynes, pull up, jumper, off the glass, no good. And Coach Nutt trying to get Kalinich to go in, and he says, I need a breather. Kalinich has logged a lot of minutes here in the second half. Brantley Thompson gets a step on Bankston. Nice closeout by Marvin Williams-Dunn, but he didn't give Sims enough space. And Marvin Williams-Dunn is whistled for the foul. That's his first personal foul, third foul against Ouachita here in the second half. Nigel Wilcox comes into the game for Oklahoma Baptist, replacing DJ Freeman. Brantley Thompson, it's a running one-handed layup down the right side to stop the mini Ouachita run and put the lead back to 6.
Putnam has had a breather, and now he's set to check back in for Oklahoma Baptist, leading scorer in the conference.
Hobson to Haynes. Nice cut by Hobson. Couldn't get in. A foul is going to be called on Brantley Thompson. Brantley Thompson listed at 6'3", 190. He was guarding Tyler Haynes, listed at 6'5". Haynes looked like he was going to try to go to the middle and then spin back around his left shoulder to the block to go up, and Brantley Thompson came through Tyler Haynes. Haynes goes to the free throw line, his first trip to the line tonight.
He's a good free throw shooter at 81%.
Yes, Tyler Haynes has been one of the best free throw shooters on this Tiger team. 81% coming into tonight's game. Second free throw is no good. It was 26 of 32 coming into the game. Five-point lead. Putnam fadeaway short. Rebound to Hobson. Doesn't have numbers, so he pulls it back out and gets it to Marvin Williams-Dunn.
That was good defense. Putnam was not open, but just determined he was going to shoot on that possession anyway, and he missed it. So Ouachita's got a chance now, down by 5.
Hobson to Bankston, up and under. Odd angle. Can't get that reverse layup to go. And Jordan Thompson jogs the ball up the floor. Ten on the shot clock. Nigel Wilcox from 17 is good. Wilcox gets that baseline jumper to go. And it's back to 7 with 3.5 to go. Ouachita needs a basket here. Williams-Dunn out to Bankston. Three-pointer on the way for Hobson. No good. Ouachita could have gotten that one to go. It would have been nice. Williams-Dunn with a nice hustle play to Haynes, and off balance couldn't get it to go. And that was a big possession, Jeff, as Ouachita needed to make that possibly a 5-point deficit. Instead it's 7, now 9, as Stoddard gets his first 2-point basket of the game. He now has 17 points. The lead is 9, and Ouachita is going to call a timeout. 3 minutes, 4 seconds to go. You go back to possessions in games that help determine, and that's going to be one of those two possessions right there. The defensive possession, or excuse me, the offensive possession where Ouachita couldn't get the layup to go. And then they have Stoddard on the backside, able to find the open layup. That's a 4-point swing in a 9-point game.
He had not tried a shot all night that was not a three-pointer, but that time he just stood under the basket. A driver went around the defender, was under the basket, couldn't make the shot, so he just shipped it over to Stoddard, who was alone under the basket then for an easy layup. And then Ouachita really had a couple of good shots at opportunities to score on its next possession, couldn't make the ball go down. And so Oklahoma Baptist has rebuilt its lead at 9.
Ouachita has not had a lead in this game. They had one lead at 28-26, I believe, but Oklahoma Baptist has been in control of this one. You mentioned at halftime it was a 6-point game. Oklahoma Baptist got that lead up to 10, and Ouachita trimmed it to 4 with a 6-0 run. It was 61-51. Ouachita got that back to 61-57, but since that point, after I believe it was a Brantley Thompson layup, kind of stopped that mini run, Oklahoma Baptist has got momentum back, and the lead is back to 9. Biggest lead for Oklahoma Baptist, 10 points at the 9:05 mark. Ouachita did have one lead midway through the first half at 28-26. The game has had 4 lead changes, 5 ties, and Ouachita has only led for a minute 35 of this one. And they are at the danger point now. This is a big offensive possession for the Tigers, and Oklahoma Baptist comes out of the timeout in the zone. 1-3-1. You've got Brantley Thompson and Wilcox, the wings of that 1-3-1. That's some long wings on that 1-3-1. Hobson, the pull-away jumper, no good. Rebound, Wilcox. Bankston does a nice job of getting through that screen from Stoddard. You run Thompson all the way around using a double screen. Nice backdoor pass. Brantley Thompson just missed the layup. That could have sealed it. It's going to be tough for Ouachita regardless, but that would have put Oklahoma Baptist up 11 with 2:15 remaining. Kalinick kicks out. Marvin Williams done for three. Good. And just like that, it's a two-possession game with 2 minutes to go. 3-on-1. Brantley Thompson to Wilcox. They're going to let that go.
Yeah, wow, no foul.
No foul. Stoddard for three. Good for Stoddard, his 6th three-pointer of the game. And just like that, it's a 9-point game, under 2 to go. That was Ouachita had to have a stop. You reach those points of margin of error is 0 in games, and Ouachita has reached that point, and that might have been the one that was tough to overcome. Three-pointer on the other end from Hobson, no good. A rebound to Brantley Thompson. And it is a 9-point lead with 1:20 to go. You can kind of expect Ouachita to start fouling. Ouachita has only committed 3 fouls in this half. And now 4. So if Ouachita wants to send Oklahoma Baptist to the line, they're going to have to foul 3 more times. Take a look at the foul situation for Ouachita. Madarius Hobson, Tyler Haynes, and Jacob Street all have 3 fouls. Haynes and Hobson are both in the game for Ouachita. Tavondrick Henry comes into the game for Ouachita, replacing Leon Kalinic. There comes they tried to get a foul, but they got rid of the ball too early. Nigel Wilcox tried to take the alley-oop from Brantley Thompson. Marvin Williams-Dunn is called for the foul. He came from behind him to keep Wilcox from getting the alley-oop dunk. Instead, it sends him to the line for 2 shots.
Wilcox already 4 for 4 from the line tonight.
Make it 5 for 5, and it is a 10-point lead. That's the largest lead that Oklahoma Baptist has had. And, Jeff, if this ends up a double-digit game, it's not necessarily indicative of how it went. It was around a 7-8 point game the majority of this second half, and Oklahoma Baptist can end up extending that lead with free throws. The lead is now 11, the largest lead of the game, and now we have a steal from Freeman, and this could end up in a big dunk from Freeman. The windmill dunk from Freeman that gives a 13-point lead for Oklahoma Baptist, and that's kind of the exclamation point for the Bison, Jeff.
Just hadn't come together at the end of the game for Ouachita, and the 5-1 Oklahoma Baptist team, they've shown why they're 5-1, is they really turned it on when they needed to.
DJ Freeman with a windmill acrobatic dunk. That was impressive. His family that lives in Arkadelphia sitting across the way got a little excited on that one. Foul on Oklahoma Baptist, and Marvin Williams-Dunn will go to the free throw line. Kobe Dunlap into the game for Ouachita.
Shooting for Ouachita, number 0, Marvin Williams-Dunn.
Williams-Dunn knocks down the first free throw. His first point of the game. Second free throw good as well. And Ouachita will pressure the ball and foul Jaquan Sims. 48 seconds remaining. The Oklahoma Baptist lead is 11. 6th team foul, only one more, still not in the bonus, one more foul, and Oklahoma Baptist will be at the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Jack Pruitt will trigger the inbounds pass for the Bison, and they'll try to get rid of the ball before Ouachita is able to foul. And Madarius Hobson is whistled for that foul. That is his 4th. Going to the free throw line for Oklahoma Baptist will be Jaquan Sims.
2 points tonight for Sims.
76.5% from the free throw line on the year. Misses that one. Dunlap in the corner for three. No good. Rebound, Jack Pruitt. Foul on Tyler Haynes. That's his fourth personal foul. And Jack Pruitt will go to the free throw line. Pruitt, the 6'6", 195-pound junior from Moore, Oklahoma, from Christian Heritage Academy on the season. Pruitt only averages 2.3 minutes a game, and this will be his first free throw attempt of the year. He's either going to be 0 or 100%, and he is. 100% free throw shooter on the year.
Boy, when play stopped moments ago, a couple of Tigers looked up to the scoreboard, and you could see it in their eyes. Oh, gosh, we are running out of time with 33 seconds left.
2 for 2 from Pruitt. The lead is the largest of the game at 13. Hobson to Haynes, out of bounds. The last touch by Pruitt, and it will stay with Ouachita. 26.6 seconds remaining. Dunlap from the other corner for three. Good for Kobe Dunlap. And the lead is down to 10. Marvin Williams-Dunn commits the commits the foul, and will send Trey Green to the free throw line for the Bison. Jeff, 10-point lead for Oklahoma Baptist. This one is all but academic. Valiant effort for the Tigers, but it just came down to a couple of possessions. When you're at that 5-6 point margin, you need to get a stop and a basket, and it just went the other way, the reverse of that a couple of times.
Of course, without the students on campus right now, you can't tell that this is a rivalry, but you really like the odds of a Ouachita, Oklahoma Baptist game becoming a nice rivalry for multiple sports.
Devondrick Henry gets the layup to go. 77-68. Ouachita not going to foul. If you can get a steal, you will, and they do. Kobe Dunlap gets the steal. And Henry at the buzzer for three. Good for Devondrick Henry. And the final score, Oklahoma Baptist 77, Ouachita Baptist 71. The Bison come to Arkadelphia in this makeup game and get the 6-point victory. Jeff, we said if this ends up a double-digit game, that's not going to be indicative. Now, Oklahoma Baptist did stretch that lead out to double digits, but this was about a 2 or 3 possession game the entire game, and it ends up 77-71.
Not that much difference between a 5-1 team and a 1-5 team tonight, but enough to make one go to 6-1 and one go to 1-6.
77-71 the final. The last score wasn't recorded on the scoreboard on your screen, but it is on the scoreboard in the arena, and it will be a 6-point victory for Oklahoma Baptist. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the final statistics and wrap this one up from Arkadelphia after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Considering an online pharmacy? Explore BeSafeRx to find useful information and resources to help you purchase medicines safely online. A safe online pharmacy requires a doctor's prescription, has an address in the United States, has a licensed pharmacist, and is licensed by a state pharmacy board. It's best to stay away from online pharmacies that don't meet these criteria. Discover more helpful tips and resources at BeSafeRx. Go to fda.gov/BeSafeRx.
77-71, the final in the men's game as Oklahoma Baptist comes away with a 6-point victory over the Ouachita Tigers. Let's take a look at some of the statistics on the final box score. Ouachita finishes the game 27 of 60 from the field, 45%. 7 of 22 from three-point range, 31.8%. 10 of 13 from the free throw line, 76.9%. For Oklahoma Baptist, 29 of 62, 46.8%. 10 of 30 from three-point range, 33.3%. 9 of 12 from the free throw line, 75%. Really, Jeff, you take a look at the field goal shooting, not too many differences. Oklahoma Baptist with 2 more attempts and 2 more makes. Overall, 3 more three-point field goals made, and both teams about even there from the free throw line. Those 10 three-pointers compared to 7 make a big difference. And both teams shot decently from the field, 45%. Rebounding edge, Ouachita out-rebounds Oklahoma Baptist 36-35. The Tigers commit 12 turnovers. Oklahoma Baptist with 11. Ouachita assisted on 16 baskets. Oklahoma Baptist 15. Take a look at individual leaders. First for Oklahoma Baptist, they were led by Harrison Stoddard, 7 of 13 from the field, 6 of 12 from three-point range. He had 20. Burke Putnam had 19 for the Bison. Brantley Thompson with 12, and Nigel Wilcox were the 4 in double figures for Oklahoma Baptist. For Ouachita, as Coach Nutt makes his way to the table to talk to us, and Jeff will give him his headset. Medarius Hobson led the way with 18 points for the Tigers. Leon Kalinic had a hot streak there in the second half, finished with 13 points. Tavondrick Henry and Alex Scariolo with 9 points to lead the Tigers for scoring. Chris Babb now joined by Ouachita head coach Dennis Nutt. And Coach Nutt, Jeff and I were talking, and midway through that second half, this was a game that 6-point game, a 2-possession game. Oklahoma Baptist gets the lead up to 10. Your guys put a little run together, make it 61-57, and from that point on, it was just that 2-possession hump that you couldn't get over. And there were a couple of times when you needed to get a basket and a stop, and instead to make it a 1-possession game, and instead it was a missed shot and a conversion on the other end, and that was really the difference in the game.
And it's kind of been that way all year. Our defense is just not where it needs to be. We give up too many easy ones there in a crucial time of the game, and we just got to do a better job. I got to do a better job, number one, and we got to believe in it, and that will help us on the other end. I think we make enough shots, but it's that defense in a crucial time where you got to get stops. We got to get 2, 3, sometimes 4 stops in a row to change the game. Right. You got to do that. So, we're figuring it out, but man, these games are coming on us pretty quick, so we gotta go. Well, and there was also a spot where you were able to convert offensively, but there were about 4 trips in a row where you traded 2s for 3s. The zone defense, you switched from man to zone throughout the game, and Oklahoma Baptist really started off slowly from outside the 3-point range. Yeah. But then Stoddard was able to hit 3 in a row, and they got 1 from Brantley Thompson, and that really kind of woke them up from the outside, forced you to go back to that man too. Yeah, we got we were switching from zone back to a man, and Lee got caught a little bit too far inside, and Stoddard was bouncing it out. So, that's where, as a team, you got to do better. The next guy should be close enough to him to get him. Let Lee get someone else. So Lee had that long run, and not necessarily his fault, but Stoddard did hit 2 or 3 in a row there, and it kind of gave him that separation they needed. This is a strange stretch for your team. You go Thursday, Saturday, last week, have the long trip to, California or Western Oklahoma or where, it seemed like all the same. You did come up with a win at Southwestern, a big overtime victory. Good for your team, the loss against Northwestern. You come back Tuesday, and now you have a day to prepare for a Thursday-Saturday swing, and then a game next Tuesday. This is going to be an interesting stretch for all of these teams that have to have makeup games, because there are a lot of makeup games that have to be played around this conference. This is a one where the endurance and taking care of the body is going to be of utmost importance over this next week. Yeah, that's where the veteran teams will have a little bit of an advantage. The good thing is, they're all in Arkadelphia. Right. So we just got to take advantage of it. NBA-type schedule, one day to prepare for the next one. So, we got to move on. As much as this stings, you got to move on. Get ready for Henderson Thursday night. They're a talented bunch. So we got to have our hands full as well as like we did tonight.
On the road Thursday, back home Saturday and Tuesday, and then next Thursday and Saturday.
Yeah.
It helps the travel budget, but it does make for a long week and a half. Coach Nutt, thanks for joining us.
Bet.
And we'll see
you. Appreciate you guys.
Saturday. Yes, sir.
Did a good job. Thank you.
Ouachita head coach Dennis Nutt joins us there as the Tigers drop this one 77-71 to the Oklahoma Baptist Bison. That will wrap it up for tonight. Our thanks to our students of the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, Matthew Branch, Alex Schultz, Miles Schultz, Rachel Sansano, Hannah Hickman, as long as our future Ouachita Sports Digital Network students, Elias Erickson and Millie Babb, and our former Ouachita Sports Digital Network student, Deborah Root and Jeff Root. I'm Chris Babb. Again, it's a split in the Battle of OBU tonight as the Ouachita women get the victory and Oklahoma Baptist gets the victory in the men's game. Next up for Ouachita will be Thursday at Henderson State. The women will be across the street tipping off at 5:30. The men shortly thereafter around 7:30. We'll be back here this Saturday to Bill Vining Arena when Ouachita host Arkansas Tech, women at 1 o'clock and men at 3 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, and we'll be back on the air Saturday at 12:45. Until then, have a safe rest of the week. Good night.